And welcome back to another week of Monday News with Britt and Jill.
Okay, so my first story is about a woman who was laying in bed and she had a charger plugged in and it was running underneath her pillow. And out of nowhere, she felt a zap on her neck, like it got really hot. And apparently she had a long chain necklace on and the charger somehow zapped her. She has like third-degree burns all around her neck, like bad.
I have never had a charger plugged in behind my bed with the cord running up onto my bed until last night. I did that. And what if it would have touched like my nose ring or something?
Yeah, well, and this was in Michigan, so she went to the hospital in Ann Arbor, and apparently like U of M or one of the colleges did a study about it, and they said that the most important thing is to not buy off-brand chargers, which is annoying because, like, you know, the regular chargers like from Apple or whatever are more expensive. But they said at Target you can get a charger for an Apple iPhone for like $10, and from Apple it's like $26. So they said like it's worth it because off-brand chargers are more likely to do this.
Oh.
So if you're using off-brand chargers, you gotta be careful.
I thought you were going to tell me that it like started a fire with her pillow almost, because that used to happen a lot. Do you remember that? People would put like their phones or like their chargers or any like new electronic under their pillow, and it would cause like burns or like severe migraines.
Yeah, I do remember hearing about that like when I was younger and first started like first got a cell phone and stuff, like a smartphone and everything. Because I used to sleep with mine, like I would always plug it in next to my bed and then sleep with it right on the side of my bed. And a lot of times it would get like under my pillow and stuff, like whatever. And I've heard a lot about people saying it was like, when they first came out, people said a lot they were getting migraines and stuff like that.
Yeah, and I think it's bad because I'll wake up in the middle of the night and I'll be so tired I don't realize what I'm doing. So I'll like go to the kitchen and like eat a spoonful of peanut butter and not remember that I'm doing it. Or if my phone is right next to me in bed, I'll wake up and like open Facebook. And like
God.
Scroll through it, and in the morning I'm like, what did I do?
That's like worse than drunk like Facebooking.
Yeah, so I try to keep my phone away from me. Like I'll put it on my dresser or something.
See, I usually sleep pretty heavy, so I don't usually wake up in the night and like use my phone. But a lot of times, like Alex will wake me up and then I'll go back to sleep, and later he'll be like, I woke you up like 3 times, and I'll be like, I don't remember that.
Yeah.
So I can see how that would happen.
I never wake up and use my phone intentionally is the thing. That's why it's scary.
You like have to sleep.
Yeah, because I try to put it down like 20 minutes before bed. That way my brain can relax from all the bright lights and stimulation.
Yeah, because now they make glasses that you can buy that like block blue light, which is like light from electronics, because they say that like an hour before bed you should stop watching TV, not use your cell phone, not use your computer, because like blue light makes it harder for you to fall asleep.
Yeah, they tried to get me to buy those lenses when I just got glasses a couple months ago. But it's really expensive.
Yeah, I was going to say, I was looking into them because I was like, oh, that's really cool, that's a good idea, but it's very expensive.
Yeah.
Have you seen the contacts? They have these new contacts that change when you walk out into the sunlight.
Yes, this girl put them on and went viral because she has color changing irises or whatever. And then they proved that it was just those contacts, and everyone is like, what are you doing, lady?
Oh my God.
Yeah. She was like really pretty too, and she seemed believable. She looked like a down-to-earth, like naturally pretty girl. You couldn't tell.
There's a lot of people that do that. Like online there's a model, like an Instagram model or something. I think she's actually doing really well, like becoming like a big model. But she has like one green eye and one blue eye.
I love that.
But it's fake.
Oh.
Somebody figured out that it's fakes, and she's lying about it.
And like that bugs me because there are some people, like I have hazel eyes, so it doesn't happen all the time. It's rare, but like if I cry and cry and cry, my eyes will turn green when usually they're brown.
Yeah.
But so like once in a while you'll get them hazel eyes that change, and that's really cool. naturally.
Well, hazel eyes are cool too because if you wear like a lot of green, it can bring out the green in them, and then if you wear a lot of brown, it can make them look browner. You know?
Mm-hmm.
Sweet.
Yeah.
My eyes are just blue.
But pretty blue, like a sky.
Thanks.
You're welcome. Mine is about a woman also, but mainly about her husband. So, this was in Michigan too.
Oh my gosh.
Okay. A husband-man was sentenced to only 60 days in prison after poisoning his wife. Okay? What? And he only has to serve his time on weekends. So he got weekends in prison for poisoning his wife. Each morning, he would spike her coffee. And his reasoning is because she wanted a divorce. He pled guilty. They proved it. It's not telling me what kind of poison, but she filed for divorce in 2018, and that's when he started spiking her coffee, and she just got progressively sicker and sicker.
Did she die?
No, I don't believe so.
Oh my god, that is so scary.
And if she has passed away and I don't have that information, I apologize, but the article I have, I think she's still living. That's why they tested her, was able to figure out what was going on and everything.
Well, I never understand poisonings because it's like, if the person dies, or even if they just get really sick and they don't die, it's usually not that hard for doctors to figure out that it's like, you know, something going on and then test it and see what it is. And if they find like poison, they're going to be like, do you live with someone who would want to poison you? And then it's like, you're the main suspect. It's so easy to trace back to the person who does it.
Well, the scary thing is, I mean, it is usually pretty easy to trace it to the person.
Yeah.
But sometimes if you're using, like, okay, there's no proof of this yet. Who we believe her husband is poisoning her, not every day, but like wants to make her progressively sick. And she has tons of medications, but then like one of them will randomly end up empty. And she'll be like sick, comatose, literally sleeping for like 5 days. Puking, sleeping, puking, sleeping. All the meds were gone.
So poisoning, that makes a lot of sense because if you're poisoning someone with the medicine they're already on.
Exactly.
Sure, the doctors could test it and see like the levels, but it's not going to look like it's not like rat poison or something.
They're going to think she took them herself.
Right. Or just think, I mean, by the time, if you're sleeping for like a week straight because you took a bunch of medications, by the time you like wake up and like realize what happened and get to the doctor, it's probably not going to be that high in your system because it was like a week ago.
Right. But then, because she's all gone due to whatever instance, when she goes so they can test her to refill it, she doesn't have any in her system. And then they're like, well, what are you doing with it?
Yeah, that would be a way that would be harder to prove.
Yes, exactly.
But yeah, I mean, if you poison someone with like rat poison or something, or like whatever people poison people with, it's like usually pretty obvious, you know?
Yeah, because there's like telltale signs, you know?
Yeah,
like
so when
each
you go to the
different
doctor,
chemical.
your symptoms, they're going to be like, have you been around this chemical? And if you're like, not that I know of, they're going to be like, so does someone live with you and hate you?
Right.
You know?
Yeah. I wish I knew what it was that he was putting in there, but I don't.
Yeah, I wonder, like it must have been either like some kind of like strong medication that she's, you know, not supposed to take or something, or like just straight up like rat poison or something.
Mm-hmm. But why would you want to drag it out though? Like, why wouldn't you just do like one dose of the poison and be like, call an ambulance, she's sick, I don't know what happened.
I think that people think they'll get away with it if it looks like the person progressively got sick, you know, and then like slowly died.
Well, apparently you can get away with it, only jail time on the weekends.
Yeah, that's true. That's like, how the hell, he must have had a good lawyer.
Yeah.
That's like attempted murder, you know?
That literally is the definition of attempted
Yeah,
murder.
he tried.
Yeah.
The GOP released their convention's logo, the Republican Party, and it's for the Republican National Convention, and it's going to be in Charlotte, North Carolina. So they did this logo of the GOP elephant mascot in front of a large crown, which is the symbol of Charlotte. So people online saw this, and it looks like I don't think it looks that weird, honestly. But apparently people online like went crazy about it and said it looks like Cthulhu. It looks like
a Muslim type of thing.
No, like Cthulhu is like. Have you ever seen that South Park episode with the giant monster with the octopus tentacles? Like that's what Cthulhu is. They said it looks like Cthulhu versus an elephant. They said it looks like a mind flayer from Stranger Things, like the tentacles in the background.
Well, the reason I said like a Muslim type thing is because it looks like almost like a word.
Oh yeah,
you know what I mean?
Like
a different language, Arabic or something.
You're right. It does. That's what I see that more than. I mean, I kind of get what people are saying, but I don't. When I look at it, I just kind of see like. It doesn't really look like a crown either.
Well, so they're not trying to change the elephant logo, they're just doing it for that.
Yes, just for the convention.
So then why are they so butthurt? Just don't go to that convention.
Well, no, they just think it looks funny.
Oh, okay.
They just think it looks like like the mind flayer from Stranger Things. And it once they said it, I was like, okay, it kind of does.
Mm-hmm.
Like it looks like the elephant's in front of the mind flayer. So, I mean, it's kind of funny, but...
Vote for us and we'll stop Stranger Things from happening.
Oh, and then they also said it looks like the logo for Hydra, which is the terrorist group in the Marvel universe. Which, I know what Cthulhu and the Mind Flayer are, but I can't remember Hydra's logo.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
But I don't really see a crown either.
No. What is the dot?
I don't know. And it looks more like a spider or something, like spider legs. People thought it was like octopus versus an elephant or like something like that. But I just thought that's Cthulhu.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
He's from like H.P. Lovecraft stories. But like people are just posting on Twitter like all these different things about it, like saying what they think it looks like and stuff. I thought the Cthulhu versus the elephant was kind of funny. But it was obviously kind of smart of the Republicans because nobody would have even known about it. You know, I don't know if they did it on purpose or not, but like it was good marketing.
Yeah, just like the kitty filters.
Yeah, exactly. Like even if people are like poking fun at your logo,
everyone's seeing it, talking about it.
Yeah, it's a lot of good PR for their convention.
Yeah. You know it's not good PR?
What?
I sent this to you the other day because she drinks this water. So the Pepsi Corporation admitted that Aquafina is not purified or spring water, but it is just simply tap water. They just take the Aquafina bottles and fill it up at their sinks at the corporation. Like it's not any type of filtered or anything. The company is now forced to change the labeling of the brand to reflect that it's just tap water. They have not tested the tap water to see if it even has pharmaceuticals or fluoride or any other thing in it. So they don't even know if it's good tap water.
See, and I drink Aquafina sometimes, but I really like Dasani. But I feel like Dasani like has a weird taste. Like
I agree. It's like a mineral taste.
Yeah, it tastes really strong in minerals. Like I always say it tastes like chemically, but that's like what I like about it. But Aquafina, I think Aquafina tastes pretty good. You know?
Yeah.
But also like this reminds me of Fiji. So I always have this argument with my husband about Fiji water because he says, oh, it's like no different, you know, blah, blah, blah. And Fiji water it's really good.
Yeah,
you
it's
know?
not so crisp. It's more like soft.
It almost
Does that make
tastes
sense?
like, it's weird because I like Dasani, which is like really strong and harsh.
Mm-hmm.
And then I like Fiji, and Fiji tastes like, so, like it almost tastes like nothing.
Yeah.
You know,
which is
so
why
weird.
it just tastes like hydration.
Yeah, and so I always have this argument with Alex because he just says like, oh, it's just like every other bottled water, blah, blah, blah. But no, if you read the back of the bottle, it says it's not purified. It's not like they don't do anything to the water. It's like naturally
The
purified
process.
in Fiji, like in the Fiji springs or whatever. It naturally purifies it, and I think that's why it's so good. But people will say that about Fiji. They'll be like, "Oh, it's just like water from a lake, blah blah blah." But it's like, no, it's naturally purified.
And even if it is, the place where they get it from makes a big difference.
Yeah, exactly.
But Dasani, just so you know, the corporate accountability group is now having Coca-Cola look into Dasani for false advertisement also. But Dasani denies that their product is just tap water. So all of the big brands, not all of them, but a few of them, because of the Aquafina thing, are looking in to make sure that they're not falsely advertising also.
Yeah. Yeah, because they're supposed to put, like, most water bottles say where it's bottled and where it came from, you know? Like, even cheap one, like the Ice Mountain Springs or whatever one.
Mm-hmm.
Those are, like, the really cheap bottles. Even those ones say where they're from.
Yeah. And Aquafina's a big brand. My mother-in-law, that's what she buys, huge cases of it. And she has no idea that it's just tap water.
Yeah, that's why I started drinking it, is because I was always stealing them from her house, and I was like, I might as well, and they're cheap.
Yeah.
Like, they're cheaper than Dasani.
Now we know why.
That reminds me of, did you hear about how at&t is getting sued by either Sprint or Verizon? I think it might be Sprint. So, have you heard about 5G? They're going to be coming out with 5G, like, soon.
Oh, for phones?
Yeah.
Nice. I have 5G, like, through Wi-Fi at my house, but...
No, it must be 4G.
No, I have 5G.
Do you have at&t internet?
No.
Maybe they came out with it already. But, so, there's no such thing as 5G out yet, with cell phones at least, because...
No, mine's Wi-Fi, like, through my router and stuff.
Yeah. But, so, 5G, they can't figure out, like, they haven't quite figured out 5G with cell phones yet because... I don't know, they have to like install it on the towers and whatever, like someone has to go turn it on the towers, they have to like work out all this stuff, and there are like some problems with it, they're trying to figure out how to do it. So, at&t decided that they were going to say, oh, we have 5G now, like we're the only company with 5G, blah, blah, blah. But on the phones, if you look closely, you know where, like, does your phone say LTE?
Yeah.
So that's like 4G LTE is what the name of 4G is. So with the 5G at&t phones, if you look closely, it says 5G, and then there's a little E or something at the end. So people were like,
what's that?
yeah, people were like, what? Like, this doesn't make sense. 5G isn't even out yet. Like, it says 5GE. Like, what is that? Well, Sprint or Verizon sued them because they don't have 5G, it's just 4G, and they're just calling it 5GE.
Oh my gosh.
So there's like a court case, and I'm pretty sure at&t is going to lose. I'm not sure if they have done it yet, but...
Well, no, I mean, I totally understand that any company, it's going to be hard to like mass produce for cell phone use because my 5G at home, you have to be within 20 to 30 feet of the router. If you get any further, it don't work and you're back to 2G. So they say that, like your Xbox right next to the router.
I think that's how mine is too. It's like you have two options on Wi-Fi.
One's 5G, which is like immediate vicinity, and the rest is 2G. Yes.
Because when I had my internet installed, I asked them, I'm like, what's the difference? Which one do I log into? And they said if you're in the house like close to it, do this one and it'll be faster. And then if you're like out in the yard, do the 2G because it goes farther, but it's slower.
So even like the popular ones, like in your house with a router and everything, even that, the 5G only works at a certain distance.
Well, and apparently there's a problem with 5G, with like them putting it on cell phone towers and stuff because I forget all the details, but apparently it's going to make weather pretty unpredictable. It's gonna like screw up how they predict weather.
Oh, I thought you meant like the actual weather. I'm like, holy shit.
No, it's gonna like, weathermen have been coming out and saying like, you guys need to figure this out because like it's gonna make it hard for us to predict the weather.
Weird.
Yeah.
It must put like such a strong signal up that like they can't tell if it's
gonna screw up weather balloons.
Yeah. Oh, weather balloons. Forgot about those.
or like Doppler radars or whatever.
Yeah. Like it might show up as like a storm
Yeah.
because it's so strong.
Yeah. So
Wow.
it's like, what are we gonna do? Are we gonna have like really fast cell phones, but then also not be able to tell when a hurricane is coming?
Oh, I just saw an article and I wish I had it for today, you guys, because with us talking about this, the U.S. is making a type of Skynet, and I'm not even joking. And I can't remember.
Skynet?
Yeah.
Like from Terminator? Isn't that what
Yeah,
that's
like the thing around the Earth, like the connection system, computer. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like that. We're gonna have to look it up and talk about it
Wait.
next week.
Okay, are you talking about the Elon Musk thing, or is this a different thing?
I don't know.
Because Elon Musk is making this thing that it's like a brain implant, and at first it's going to be used like to help people with neurological issues, like medical issues, you know, and then because it's going to be able to like fix like your neurological issues, and then he said eventually it's going to be like a sci-fi movie, and we're all going to be interconnected in our brains, and we'll be able to like talk and send information to each other and stuff.
It might be. I'll have to look
We'll have
just
to
to be
look into
100% sure, because the picture for the article was like, it looked like a web around the Earth, you know. It didn't have like a brain or a chip or nothing, which it might be
We'll
misleading.
have to look into it more.
Yeah.
But I heard Elon Musk talking about it, and I was like,
No.
this is scary.
Yeah, no thank you.
Yeah.
Matrix.
They say, like, scientists say that eventually it's going to be impossible to lie to police if you're being interviewed, because they're going to have, like, ways to detect
Yeah.
whether or
Body
not you're
scanner.
lying. Yeah.
For your heart rate and everything, blood pressure.
Well, yeah, they said, because, like, which is interesting, because lie detector tests are not very accurate. You know, they're somewhat accurate, but, like, a lot of different things can throw them off.
Yeah, like what if I'm being honest about something, but I'm scared about what I'm talking about? That'll throw it off because, you know.
Yeah, well, that's the thing with that's why, you know, lie detector tests can't be used in court.
Good.
Yeah, because, like, so many times they've been proven inaccurate, like,
Because they used to be used for death penalty.
yeah, seriously.
Yeah.
But, so eventually we're all going to be interconnected, we won't be able to lie, and it's going to be like a weird sci-fi movie.
If any of you guys like really are into that stuff and have like proof or your beliefs or theories, send it to us because we're interested in learning about that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I have one more, and it's not really news, but it's something I found interesting that I've been wanting to tell Britt about. Cashews. Who loves them?
Everybody.
Yeah. So they grow on trees as a fruit.
I did not know that.
I didn't know cashews were a fruit. It says they're not even a nut. A large evergreen tree. It thrives in tropical climates, and it produces this fruit, and right at like the tip or bottom of the fruit, whatever you want to call it, is the cashew.
Whoa.
And I only found this out because my children really love eating nuts, cashews and pistachios especially. And so my son says, "Mom, do cashews grow on trees?" And I'm like, "I don't know."
It looks like a bell pepper.
Yeah. It looks like a bell pepper with like just a little cashew.
The fruit must be gross, or else we would eat them. You know?
Yeah.
But cashew tree does sound right. Like, I didn't know that, but cashew tree sounds right. You know?
Yeah, like I wonder how many nuts grow on trees and how many grow on like bushes, vines. People don't think about this kind of stuff. Because some of them come from inside a fruit. Like, so a walnut grows on a tree, but it's inside that really hard shell.
Yeah. It's like, I wonder what that is called. Because, okay, like, what is the thing that, like, comes off the tree called? Like, pine cones, like, nuts like that, you know, like walnuts, pine cones, like.
We just called it a walnut because we have the black walnuts at my parents' house. So,
Because, I mean, like, you don't call it a walnut tree, do you? It's not, is
yeah,
it?
what's a black walnut tree?
Oh,
That's what they're
really?
called. Yeah, the wood is like really expensive and sought after.
Oh. See, I don't know. I guess I've never thought about that before.
I know. That's why I just wanted to talk about it, because
So where do
cashews are a
peanuts-
fruit?
Where do peanuts come from? Now I'm just wondering where all nuts come from. Like, why have I never thought about this before?
Okay, we'll look one up.
If it says peanut tree.
Where do peanuts grow?
According to Aunt Ruby's peanuts, peanuts are legumes, not nuts. The peanut plant is unusual because it flowers above ground, but the peanut grows below ground.
Oh, so they're
And
like
in
a
the early
potato.
spring, the peanut grows best in calcium-rich sandy soil.
See,
Wow.
I have heard that before, that peanuts are not nuts, that they're legumes. Legumes?
Yeah. Yeah, and they don't grow on trees. They grow on a plant underground, like the root of it. Wow.
Yeah, so I'm going to spend the rest of the day looking up where nuts come from. Every time I think of a nut, I'm going to be like, shit, I have to look that up.
I'm a nut.
Okay, guys, thanks so much for watching. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe down below. And let us know what you think of these stories, or if you have any interesting stories from your own lives about these things.
Tell us your favorite nut and where it grows.
Yeah, and do you know, or do you have to Google it? Well, maybe we just haven't been paying enough attention. So,
I don't know.
but thanks for watching. Bye.
See ya.